I just wanted to say good morning. I don't really have much more than that. My favorite treat is chocolate chip cookies, just so you all know that. If you ever want to, really secure yourself a really good high holiday seat or something, chocolate chip cookies are the way to make that happen.
I'm on it.
You guys, I think, have good seats anyway.
I know.
You want the delivery?
Does anybody have a different favorite treat? What's your favorite desserts? Yeah, Crew and Taj, that's your hand.
Chocolate chip cookies to secure a good seat.
It is ice cream.
Oh, ice cream. Oh, that would be a lot of fun this summer, maybe, if we're allowed together again. We used to do that at camp. We used to make ice cream. That'd be a lot of fun, maybe. If we can do something in person outside, we could do an ice cream making. That'd be great. Yeah, Casey, what's your favorite dessert?
My favorite dessert is ice cream cake.
Oh, so you're combining ice cream and some of the baking. That's really good. Wow, some cake. Anyone else have some favorites? Eva?
Want to say hi? Want to say hi? Say hi to the camera and wave.
Hi.
Hi.
Say hi.
Yo, what's your favorite dessert?
Yeah, Eva, what's your favorite?
Cookies.
Cookies. Yeah, perfect. Is it a kind of cookie?
Chocolate chip.
Yes. Good. Aaron, do you have a favorite dessert?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. And what about you, Nina, and your brother?
They're on mute.
They're muted. But they'll unmute.
Your favorite?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. What flavor ice cream?
Vanilla.
Vanilla. That's good.
The good thing is with the cookies, we can make ice cream sandwiches.
Ice cream too.
Do we do everyone? Elon, what's your favorite dessert? Did you say?
Chocolate cake.
Chocolate cake. Wow. So maybe that's what we'll do, our first kids program in person. We'll have a big party with some ice cream, some cake, some ice cream cake, some cookies, some ice cream cookie sandwiches.
Mom and Dad will love it.
Dentist in Toronto, very, very happy. With that, I'll hand it over to Ellie, who's going to help us today, or lead us today. So thank you, Ellie. And it's so good seeing all of you guys. Have a wonderful time.
Thanks, Rabbi Lewis. Okay, hi, friends. So this is super exciting because even though we call this my job, working at Beth Tikva, one of the best parts of my job is that I get to share my favorite things with you guys. So we've done our author series because I love to read. We did Mad Science because I like playing around with the seasons and learning new things. But my favorite thing, and I'm so excited to share it with you, is baking. That's why we're in my favorite room of the house. I decorated walls with my baking. So this is my favorite. So we are going to make my famous chocolate chip cookies. If you guys really like ice cream, you can turn them into ice cream sandwiches later. And there's a few things we could do with these cookies, but I'm going to get to that later. First, I'm going to make sure that everyone who's baking with me has all of their ingredients. So we've got flour, we've got white sugar, we've got brown sugar. And if you don't have brown sugar, that's okay. You can use all white sugar. I have some eggies. I have 2 eggies. I have a cup of butter that I melted. So Mom and Dad, if it's not melted yet, now's a good time to do that. I've got baking soda. I've got vanilla. I have salt. And the most important ingredient, I have chocolate chips. If you guys have a question, you can just unmute and just ask your question right away. Casey, did you have a question, sweetie? What is it?
What do we need the baking soda for?
Oh, that's a good question. If you don't put baking soda in your cookies, they're going to become pancakes. They're going to be really flat. Your baking soda is going to make them rise. Eva, you have a question too, sweetie? What's up? That was very quiet. I couldn't hear.
I need to go to the bathroom. Can I go?
You may go, sweetie. We're just gonna get set up. Maybe Mom can keep an eye on the recipe.
Okay.
Ellie, can we use oil if we don't have butter?
You can.
Okay.
It might not taste as classically chocolate chip cookie-ish,
Fair enough.
but it still works. Okay, I also need to make sure, guys, because we're not using a mix master or anything. We're using our muscles. So can you all show me your muscles? Are you all ready to do a lot of mixing with me? Elon's ready. Oh, Nina's ready. Crew and Taj, are you ready? Where are your muscles? Yeah, there they are. Okay, good. We're all ready to go. So first things first, I'm going to get one really big bowl. I'm going to move my camera so you guys can see what I'm doing. And into my really big bowl, I'm going to put all of that butter. Whoa. I'm trying very hard not to get it everywhere. Nina, did you have a question? You can unmute and just ask.
I'm saying hi to my bubby.
Oh, say hi to Bobby.
Hi, bubby.
Okay.
Spoon is saying hi.
Hello, Spoon.
Hi, bubby.
It's so nice that Bubby gets to bake with you. Okay, gang. So I've got my butter in the bowl and I'm going to add brown sugar. If you don't have brown sugar, you can add white sugar. And I'm doing 1 1/4 cup. So that's my biggest measuring cup. And this is almost like making a sandcastle. I'm going to pack it in really, 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 really good. Really well. I should use proper grammar when I'm speaking to you guys. Okay.
Why did you do the chocolate?
It said in the recipe 3/4 cup of brown sugar. You said 1 1/4?
Because I mix up my brown and my white sugar.
Okay.
You can swap them. I'm sorry for that, guys. I also really, really like brown sugar. So I usually put more brown sugar than white sugar. So
I understand. Okay.
Yeah.
Brown sugar.
The point is, at the end of the day, we're going to have 2 whole cups of sugar. So I'm putting 1 cup in. And I put another 1/4 cup in.
Okay.
Maybe if Mom or Dad or Bubby or Zadie help with the measuring, you guys can help just plug it into the bowl. If you've got really little ones, a fun way that I've started baking with my toddler is to put all of the ingredients into a Ziploc bag and I close it and I just let them smush it all together. But you guys are all pretty big kids, so we're going to use the bowl.
You should chip it.
So once I do that, I've got white sugar. And I'm going to do 3/4 cup.
To make them really chocolatey.
Yeah. The chocolate is actually the last thing we add. You're going to add lots of chocolate. So baking is sort of like science too. It needs to be pretty exact, but we can alter things here and there to be creative if you want. So we have sugar, we have butter, we have brown sugar, and now it's time for you to get your muscles back out. You need those muscles because we're going to whisk, 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 whisk. And we're going to whisk until everything comes together and is one nice light brown color. Yeah, good job, Elon. Okay. Let's see how we do. Should we race? Should we do a whisking race, guys, and see who can finish first? All right. On your marks. Casey's ready. Get set. Eva's ready. Is Aaron ready? He's almost ready. Get set. Whisk, 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 whisk. Go, 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 go. Whisk, whisk, whisk. I'm going to switch hands. Oh, Eva's doing a great job. Elon's doing some mixing. Nina's still measuring. That's okay. Casey, good mixing. Crew and Taj are in some very funky chairs. So I'm going to keep going. Whoa. Whose arms are tired already? My arm is tired.
Aaron's just licking the sugar.
I mean, you do you, Aaron. Is sugar delicious?
Yummy.
There's a reason that Joey isn't with us today, guys. Okay, so I'm mixing, 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 mixing. And I'm gonna mix until it all comes together. I'm gonna show you guys my bowl. So When it's done, you'll sort of know because it's able to pull off the side of the bowl, Mom and Dad. So it's a little more solid. It's not just like gooey butter.
Can I just check so far you added both sugars to the butter and that's it?
That's it.
Okay.
And again, if you followed my recipe that I sent you and flipped the sugars, that's totally fine because that was my bad. It's still gonna taste really yummy. Okay. So I think mine is done, but I'm gonna wait for everybody to catch up if you were just a little bit behind, because as I said, this is my favorite thing to do. So I sometimes do it really quickly and I forget that people might not be as fast as me. Oh, Mom's getting a workout over there. I mean, I feel like you guys could use the Mixmaster, but what's the fun in that? Okay, Casey, how's your sugar and butter looking? Is it all done? Yeah. Oh, good job. Erin, is that sugar still delicious? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks delicious. Okay. So when you guys are done, start like just doing a fun dance with me. Let me know that you're done by doing a fun dance. All right, Eva's dancing. Casey's dancing. Elon's testing the product. Is Nina dancing? That means Nina's ready to go. Crew and Taj, are you dancing? Crew and Taj are just getting their sugars together. That's okay. Erin, are you dancing with me? Nah, not yet, not yet. Yay, Elon's dancing. So I'm not gonna totally do the next step. I'm just gonna tell you what we're doing next. The next thing is we're gonna talk about our eggies. So we are gonna crack eggies. I'm gonna crack one egg at a time, just to make sure that there's no shells or icky things in my eggies, because that sometimes happens. And if you're not using eggs, you can substitute half a banana per egg. I learned that yesterday. Oh, Erin, that looks good. So I have 2 eggs total. So I'm gonna crack 1 egg.
Sorry, Ellie, again in the recipe, it just said for 1 egg. Am I doing something totally different?
I am so sorry. I genuinely don't know.
Okay.
Do you have a second egg?
Yeah, I do. I'm just
okay.
Yeah,
We're good. I will send you a revised recipe, everybody, if I sent you a typo for 7.
Okay.
Yeah, I think 2 eggs. Well, we're gonna see what happens, gang. So I'm gonna put the first egg in, and then I'm gonna whisk, whisk, whisk it all in until I can't see the eggy anymore. Whisk, 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 whisk. I'm whisking too crazy. It's all flying out of the bowl. And now I'm going to add the second egg because the first one is all mixed in. I can't see it anymore. Let's see. No shells. We did it. Oof. Okay. I'm going to get rid of my messy bowls. Oh, I have an apron. I can just do this. Great. That's the joy of an apron. And I'm going to whisk, 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 whisk. Okay. So this is what your batter should look like now. And I'll just wait for thumbs up to know that everybody's eggies are in. Good job, Elon. Oh, I see a thumbs up from Nina. Fantastic. Casey's whisking away. Good job, Eva. Kurantaj, teamwork is very important here. And more waves to Bubby while we wait. Yay, Bubby. You're in the center of my screen. You're like Alice in the Brady Bunch. Okay. So after we've added our eggies, we're almost done with this mixture. We're gonna add flavor to the cookies. So I'm adding vanilla extract. If you had like caramel extract, that would work, or almond extract, but I like vanilla in my cookies, especially if I'm gonna turn it into an ice cream sandwich after. So I'm gonna add in 2 whole teaspoons of vanilla, but because I really like vanilla, I don't measure. I just kind of pour it. Don't copy me. You know, I'll measure. I'll be good. I'll measure it. 1, 2. And then whisk, 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 whisk. That's why I said we needed our muscles today, guys. Whisk, whisk, whisk. Careful not to spill all of it. Okay, now is a good time to take a big sniff. Does it smell good, Elon? I think I got on my chin. I went too deep. Smells like cookies almost. The next thing we're gonna add, everybody, is our dry ingredients. So that's the flour, the baking soda, and the salt. So it's a lot of flour because we're making a lot of cookies. Oh yay, Elon loves the smell. We're doing 2.5 cups of flour. Okay. So you're gonna scoop it and you're gonna make sure it's level. So you're gonna take your little fingers or a knife if you're more sanitary than me. You're gonna make sure it's level and then you go plop into the bowl. So that's 2.5 cups total. I'm going by half cup, so I have to do 5 scoops. I lost count. I think that was 4. 5. Good enough. Notice how in the beginning, guys, I said this has to be really exact, and I'm not being exact at all. So on top of my flour, I'm gonna add baking soda. And remember, we explained that the baking soda is gonna make our cookies rise really nicely. So I've got 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Oh, is there enough? Let's see. Come on, baking soda. Come on, baking soda. Got it.
How much baking soda?
1 teaspoon.
1 teaspoon.
So that was 2.5 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and if we're using kosher salt, 1.5 teaspoons of salt. If you're using table salt, you're gonna use 3/4 of a teaspoon. I like to add a lot of salt in my chocolate chip cookies because the salt and the brown sugar are gonna make it taste like salted caramel. I even sprinkle salt on top. Has anyone watched Michelle Obama's show, Waffles and Mochi? No, I highly recommend, but she teaches a whole thing about how to salt your cookies. Very, very enlightening. Also, it's Michelle Obama's show about cooking with a Muppet. It's fantastic. Add my 1.5 teaspoons of kosher salt. And then instead of using my whisk now, I'm gonna use a spatula just because I don't want to make a big mess with all this flour. I don't want it all flying up in my face. So I'm gonna start by just mixing my dry ingredients a little bit. And then we're gonna just mix it all together. I'm going slowly so that I don't lose all the flour. Are you still taste testing, Erin? How's it going? If you guys want to just shout out your favorite flavor of cookie, I would love to hear what you like to put in your cookies.
Yeah,
Lots of cookies.
Just lots of
Yes, it's thick.
Chocolate chips.
Oh, perfect.
Mine's marshmallow and chocolate chip.
Oh, that's like a s'more.
Yeah.
That's yummy. I like to add peanut butter to my cookies sometimes if no one has allergies.
And now can I put my thing on?
Not yet. We gotta wait till she says.
Okay. When by things, do you mean all the chocolate? Are you gonna do all the chocolate, guys? So the recipe calls, I don't remember how much I told you because when I put chocolate chips in, I just put as much as I want. So mom and dad, like 2 cups is probably appropriate, but I say put as much chocolate as you want. If you have different types of chocolate chips, put those in. If you have sprinkles, add those in. Smarties, M&Ms, whatever makes your cookie extra delicious. But just make sure that once you're done mixing, guys, you can't see any flour. So I can still see a lot of flour. So I'm gonna keep mixing. Cookies are a funny one because you don't want to over mix them. Okay. So I think all my flour is gone.
Sorry, Ellie, how much baking soda again?
It was 1 teaspoon.
Thank you.
How's everybody doing with their cookie dough? Does it smell like a cookie yet? This is a good thing to do on a kind of rainy day, don't you think? Sometimes you just need a cookie.
Ask her what to do.
Okay. I'm all mixed in. Is there any flour left? A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little flour.
We still see lots and lots of flour.
Okay. So I have my giant bag of chocolate chips because sometimes you just need a Costco-sized bag of chocolate chips in your house. And I'm gonna pour. Chocolate chip time. Yeah. You're just gonna add your chocolate chippies or whatever, my husband calls them flavor boosters, whatever flavor booster you want, and mix it up. Whoa. It should be really thick. Okay, when you're done, I'd love to see how your cookie dough looks. This is mine. Oh, Nina's is stuck in the whisk. That's good. That means you got a nice thick cookie dough. Elon, that looks good. Yum, yum, yum. So now I have 2 ideas of what to do with the cookies. So you guys can help me decide what to do. The number 1 idea is I can cook all of them at once, and then I can give some of them away to my friends and my family, which would be a nice thing to do. The other thing I can do is put them all in a baking tray and I can freeze them. So then anytime I'm like, I need a fresh baked cookie, I can just pop it in the oven and have 1 cookie at a time. What do you guys think I should do? I'm seeing some nodding.
Bake all of them.
Bake all of them and give to my friends?
Yes.
Okay.
And family.
What?
And family.
Okay. So everyone votes that we should give to our friends and family?
Yeah, Allie, give to Rabbi.
Oh, and to Rabbi Lewis, of course, because he didn't stay to learn how to make them himself. Eva, what are you going to do with your cookies?
I'm going to share them with my family and maybe my friends.
That's so nice. Oh, I have a really nice group of friends here, guys. However, if you do want to save a few in the freezer, like it's kind of a yummy idea, just saying. But yes, let's share with our friends. So the way we do that is we're going to get our cookie sheet. And we're going to line it with parchment paper. And I like to make really big cookies. So what I do is I take a cookie scoop or an ice cream scoop. And I scoop my cookies right onto the baking sheet. They spread out a lot. So you're going to probably want to make a few baking sheets because this makes a lot of cookies. So this is a fun thing for you guys to help mom and dad do. You can scoop them yourself. If you don't have an ice cream scoop, you can just take spoons. You can roll them into balls, or you can get really creative and make shapes.
I'm a little bit worried. I just feel like this isn't a lot of batter.
Just have to get butter.
The flour somewhere along the way.
I have a few little tricks to make my cookies look extra fancy. So I'll show you a few of those ideas. Is anybody looking at that?
Okay, we can.
Bobby.
Yes, sweetie. Yes, Nina.
Were you following?
I was, because I think I'm going to go now and bake cookies. I've been following all along.
So do you guys ever notice that when you go to a bakery or you take cookies out of a box, there's always like perfect chocolate chips on the top? And whenever you bake cookies, that never seems to happen. So I like to take a few chocolate chips and I just press them in to look extra pretty. Or you could use some sprinkles. But this way you've got some like perfect chocolate chips on top. And it makes your chocolate chip cookies even chocolatier. So I put like 3 on top of each. And then because remember I told you I like to add salt to my cookies, I sprinkle a little bit, just like the tiniest bit of kosher or sea salt on top. These are gourmet cookies now. You guys aren't just like a kids club, you're budding bakers. Okay. How's everybody doing? Oh, Crew and Taj, their cookies look really, really nice. You guys are doing really good jobs. I'm so impressed. You guys are very focused. I have the tiniest amount of salt. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit. You don't have to do this part. This is just an Ellie thing. Okay. So those are my cookies. Now, cookies actually taste better if you let them sit. So I'm going to put these in my fridge for at least 10 minutes, but they could go overnight before you put them in the oven. And you're going to put them in the oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for about 12 minutes until they're golden around the edge. But we can talk about that again. I'm going to put these in the fridge for now. I'm going to give my hands a rinse. And then while you guys finish scooping, I've got a story for you. Okay.
Can I ask a quick question? Why put it in the fridge first?
It actually just makes the flavor sort of come together more. So it makes like a more chocolatey, chippy tasting cookie. Okay. A weird little tip. But I save them overnight or I freeze them. And then if you freeze them, you'll just bake them a little bit longer when they come out of the freezer. But you don't defrost them. You just immediately put them in the freezer like the Pillsbury cookie dough. And then you got a fresh baked cookie whenever you feel like it. So I've taken my apron off. I've got more cookie dough, but I'll work on that later. And I am going to get snuggly for another PJ Library story. So you guys can keep scooping, or you can get your blankies and get all cuddly with me while we read our story. I've got Blankie. Yep, now I'm ready. Looks like Elon is on the move. I've got strawberry. Okay. Can I get a thumbs up if you guys are ready to hear a story? Thumbs up from Elon, thumbs up from Eva, thumbs up from Casey. Nina's family is working way too hard on cookies. That's okay. You keep working. Okay, Aaron is working very hard. He's such a good little chef. Oh, good job, buddy. And Crew and Taj are busy at work. Okay, I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see a video. I'm just going to put that down so that I can see. Okay, guys, the missing ingredient, a Jewish folktale. There you go. Oh, guys, this looks familiar. Hi, you must be hungry. Come in, come in. You guys are coming in? Okay. Meet Ruthie. Ruthie lives in a tiny little house with just one room at the edge of town, all by herself. Oops. But she had plenty of company, especially on Shabbat, when she always hosted a crowd. She says, there's plenty of room. Sit, make yourself at home. But who's that, guys? Meet Isaac. Isaac also lived alone, but in a very large house with so many rooms, he lost count. He says, no, I know exactly how many. It's 30 rooms, 35 if you count the bathrooms. What's he doing? Looks like he's got a chef as well. He says, I'm not paying that chef to talk. I'm paying that chef to make me delicious food. But one day, he smelled some delicious cooking. I wonder whose house was coming from. He says, I didn't realize how late it was, and I'm hungry. Just going to keep walking. He comes into Ruthie's house, and he smells something delicious. You guys, do you know what he's smelling? It was Shabbat dinner. She had a delicious meal waiting for Isaac. Isaac hadn't stepped foot in such a modest house in quite some time, but everyone was so friendly and the food was delicious. It was so delicious, in fact, that he was kind of annoyed. He says, I hired the best chef in all the world, but this food is superior. I demand the recipes. Ruthie says, don't be silly. Of course I'll share my recipes. Just ask nicely. And so Ruthie gave Isaac copies of all of her recipes. A few nights later, Isaac was excited to eat more of that delicious food. He gave his chef the recipes and waited impatiently for his meal. When he tasted it, he slammed his fork and knife down. He's very angry. What do you think he's angry about, you guys? The chef says, I followed the recipes to the letter, sir. And Isaac says, do it again tomorrow, but this time I am going to watch you. So the next day, Isaac watched the chef prepare everything, just as Ruthie's recipe said. When he tasted it, Isaac grew even angrier. This is even worse, he yelled. There must be something wrong with your technique. So the next day, Isaac watched the chef prepare everything, just as Ruthie's recipe said. When he tasted it, Isaac grew even angrier. This is even worse, he yelled. There must be something wrong with your technique. Isaac shook his head. Get out of my way. I'll make the meal myself. Isaac rolled up his sleeves, but put on an apron and got to work. He made a huge mess, but he did it. He cooked the entire meal according to Ruthie's directions. But when he tasted it, he stamped his feet in fury. This is the worst yet, he screamed. There must be something missing from the recipes, a secret ingredient. Oh, we're back in Ruthie's home, everybody. They're having another wonderful Shabbat dinner. And Isaac came back and he had another meal with Ruthie. What do you guys think he's going to ask Ruthie about? He wants to know what made her food so delicious. I'm just going to keep scrolling. And Ruthie says, there is a secret ingredient, Isaac, but it's not a secret. Everything is sweeter when we open our homes and our hearts to one another. So the next day, Isaac thought he would invite everyone to his home. Ruthie says, why not? A change of pace might be nice. And this time, look how friendly they're being. Isaac's not yelling at his chef. They say they're telling jokes to one another. So the cook says, the rabbi says, why the long face? He's telling a joke. And they had a beautiful Shabbat dinner. And it was so warm and so welcoming that everything tasted so much better than when they just followed the recipe. And look how much happier Isaac is too, everybody. So from then on, Ruthie and Isaac spent every Shabbat meal together, sometimes at Ruthie's house, sometimes at Isaac's house, but always together. And the food was always fantastic. So guys, what was the secret ingredient that made Ruthie's food taste so delicious? Yeah, Crew and Taj?
It is if you invite someone to your house.
Yeah, and maybe if you're not so like angry and demanding, but really nice and loving. And you know what's really cool, guys? I asked all of you if I should just keep all of the cookies for myself or if I should give them to other people. And you guys all said that I should give them to my friends and family. So without even knowing it, you guys also put the secret ingredient into the cookies. You're all going to share your cookies with everyone. So your cookies are going to taste extra delicious, which means you should probably taste one before sharing them with your friends and family, right? Maybe just like one. So guys, that was so much fun. Thank you so much for joining me for story time. My cookies have chilled. I'm going to put Strawberry away so she doesn't get dirty. And my oven is at 375 degrees. So mom and dad or Booby or Zadie, you're going to put the cookies into the oven for about 12 minutes. When they come out, they're going to be gooey and delicious. I would wait probably 5 minutes for them to cool down before you take a bite. And then you guys can go ahead and pack them up and give them to all of your friends and family. So did you guys have a lot of fun making cookies with me today? Yeah? Should we maybe bake something together another time? Okay, what's up, Casey?
Today I'm seeing my cousins, so I'm gonna give them to my cousins, but I'm still gonna wear a mask, and I'm gonna make sure they're in a container because we won't want the virus to just hop on right onto our cookies.
We don't want the virus to hop right onto our cookies, but don't worry, guys. I don't think the virus is going to hop onto your cookies, so you're safe. But I'm glad you're wearing a mask and being careful when you're with your family and friends. Yeah, what's up? I don't know if it's Crew or Taj, but hey, what's up?
Uncle, and did you actually know that?
What?
People can get sick, and if you touch, and that's why, like the lamplighters closed in the YMCA, and also that's why it says stay 6 feet apart if you're not in that family. So even if your friend, even if your friend stay 6 feet away.
You are so smart. You guys, my friends are so smart. You're so safe and so careful. And I'm so glad that you're doing that so that I can see you again in person one day. So when you deliver your cookies, yes, wear your mask, Stay at least 6 feet away, but I think your friends and family are really going to appreciate the delicious treats you made for them. So guys, this is our last kids club for a little bit. So if you guys have anything else you want to share, anything on your brain, it could be about cookies, it could be about stories, it could be about what you're doing later today. Now's your time. I want to hear all about it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you on the train.
No.
You guys can send me pictures of your cookies too, by the way.
Thank you, Ellie. And where more?
Thank you.
You guys want to see Morty?
Yeah.
Morty!
I don't know.
Elon knows who Morty is. Does anyone else know who Morty is?
Убери язык. Ева, ты всем показываешь язык сейчас.
Morty!
Пожалуйста, больше так не делай.
Okay, Morty and I are going to say, oh, Morty, where are you?
Хочу посмотреть.
Okay. Oh, and Joe is here too, guys. All right, Joe and Mo have come here to say bye-bye for now.
Say bye, Joey.
Bye, Joey.
But I've had so much fun with you guys for the last few weeks. So if there's ever anything you guys think of that you'd like to do with me, send me an email. And oh, there's a kitty cat too. Do you see the cat? What does the cat say? Meow.
I also have a cat, but it's not at this house. It's at my daddy's house. Remember?
That's okay. We'll have to say hi to the kitty next time. Cat. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Enjoy your cookies.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.